Yo guys, what's up? It's Blender tutorials for you here with a new video. So, yeah, let's get right into things. This is a tutorial on making a helmet and a face in Blender or a sci-fi helmet. So, yeah, let's get into it. First of all, go into our modifiers tab. Click on our wrench, which is the modifiers panel. Then add modifier and subdivision surface right under generate. So let's do that. Here we have this odd looking shape, somewhat like an icosphere, but as you can see here on our modifiers, we have the subdivisions, view, and render. So basically, the more you increase your view, the better quality or the more vertices you will have. But when you render it, it will only come out with 2 vertices. So and two it'll be half the quality that you see. So uh if you set this to 4, you basically want to make these match so that what you see is rendered out. There's no really other way better to explain that, but yeah. So if I put it down to 3 and clicked F11 to render. Oh wait, no, never mind. Don't do that. Shift Z, then it'd be worse quality. It's sort of hard to explain, but yeah, I just gotta leave it at that. So if you go into edit mode by pressing tab, you'll see you get this box around. Now, when I first applied the subsurf modifier, I was pretty confused. Or when I first used the subsurf modifier, I was confused since I wanted to edit the vertices in the sphere. So to do that, you'll click up. Oops. Go back to object mode by pressing tab again and click apply. So what this does is basically gets rid of the bounding box and allows you to basically select all the vertices in your sphere. So if we click 1 on our numpad to go into front view, or you could go over here, view front, then what you want to do is click A and check this small box right here, which allows you to select vertices behind the ones that you can see. So check that off. B to box select. Select all of these. And if I didn't already say, A to deselect or A to select everything. So yeah. To delete, press X and vertices. So now you only have half of your sphere, or a semi-sphere. If I think that's right. I'm not sure though. So subdivision surface. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Add modifier and mirror modifier. So now as you can see, what we have here is on the other side, but you want to check clipping and click this weird icon here. So basically what this does is, if we quickly uncheck that, is if we select a vertice or an edge or a face on this side, then the same will happen on this side. So it's a pretty cool feature, but go back to vertice select. Yeah, and if you edit that vertice, the same thing will happen over here. So that's just a nice thing to know. It will help you a lot when modeling. But as you can see, nobody's head is this spherical. They probably have little their face is a lot skinnier. So if we go back to object mode, S for scale, And if you just do it like this, then it'll scale the whole object. But if you choose an axis, so say I want to scale it on the x-axis, it makes it thinner, which is pretty cool. And you can just adjust that however much you want. You don't want to make it too skinny, or else that will not be realistic. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Maybe a little bit more. That. Yeah. Then, as you can see, our face is pretty long. Usually heads are not like that. So S to scale, and on the y-axis, get in a little bit. And then if you switch back to edit mode, A to deselect, and you move this over, and you click O, that allows proportional editing, and that is a pretty cool feature. Basically, if you select a vertice, click G, it'll allow a big circle will come around your vertice, and it affects all of the vertices around the one that you have. So to decrease or increase that amount affected, you'll use your middle mouse wheel. So, like, we don't want it pointing up too much. So if we drag it up, do what you think looks best. And also the chin area here, your face is not just going to slope back, it's also going to go down. So we do G, drag that down. Now, what you see here sort of looks like a crash test dummy or a person. So let's drag it up like that. And it's time to use sculpt mode. So if we switch over here where it says object mode, and we go up here to sculpt mode, it allows us to select brushes that we can draw on our object, and yeah, so it basically allows us to draw on our object, but it's a lot simpler and easier. So Control Z to undo what I did. Sorry guys, I got something in my eye for a second. As you can see, we have all of these brushes. Not exactly sure, but all of them do. You can experiment for sure. Do you can grab, which is sort of like the proportional edit, except it just grabs the vertice. It just grabs the vertices in the area that the box or that the circle's around. It's basically another way of using the um, proportional, or yeah, the proportional editing. So, or pressing O on your keyboard. So, if you select this, F brush and F sculpt draw are pretty similar, I think. Um, this is good for alien life forms and stuff, but yeah. So that's pretty much sculpt mode, because we will be using that later. For a second, I thought we were actually going to use that now, but I actually changed my mind because we need to get the helmet first. So let's just make an alien right now. So yeah, this tutorial's gone pretty long. It's almost 10 minutes right now. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to fix something because my camera recorder stopped. But I'm back. So, we are going to make an alien. So let's look up reference images for aliens. Go to Google, look up alien. Oops. Alien. Oops. Reference image. And there will be a lot of interesting pictures, but images. My favorite one is from the movie Aliens, right here. So, or the Halo Elite. So let's actually use the Halo Elite. So Halo Elite. And this is what they look like. Right here. So they are a pretty hefty design to model out, but I'm pretty sure we can do it. This will probably be split up into different parts. First part today is going to be modeling just the head. So if you've seen Halo 2, then you will know what an elite's head looks like without armor. So Halo Elite with no armor. I may have spelled armor. Yeah, I spelled. Yeah, they pretty much just have a flat head, as you can see there. They're pretty spooky things, but yeah. So let's go switch back into Blender, and we can actually download this image, but I'm not going to. But if you want to, feel free. As a reference image, and to add that in, press N on your keyboard, check background images, then add image, and yeah, there are tutorials for that. But so for the Halo Elite, they are pretty squared off in their chin actually. There's not a lot of area there, so press G again for proportional editing. Or we could just box select the bottom, drag that up. There's Then if we just grab the bottom here, turn this on, box select the bottom, drag it up, A, O to turn off proportional edit, 3 to go into side view, um, actually no, we may need, there we go. So that is so far a good looking Halo Elite head. I'm actually going to use this image. So they have sort of a neck curving out and their head goes up and around shape like that. And they have creases in there. Okay, how fat is their head? That's what I need to know though. It's sort of it's sort of smaller, so tab S on the x-axis. Yeah, that looks about right. And then also scale on the z-axis and make it a little flatter, more flat, I mean. And yeah, that's looking good so far. So their eyes. I guess their head doesn't really pop out at the edges. Instead, it goes back. So how will we do this? Oh, to turn off proportional editing, change to edge select, press Alt, and it selects a ring basically. So if we Shift Alt for these, this is gonna be tricky. If we switch to our toolbar by pressing T, and we bring this down, and it says, right here it says, I just saw it, smooth, it should say smooth on, oops, here, smooth on shading. So now we get a more smooth version of what it originally was. Maybe box select the top of its head and change that off. Go 1 for front view. Box select the top of his head. And from this off again. Maybe if you scale on the X. No, just scale S. That. Then we select less every time. And then box select. Just that one small top there is sort of bugging me. So alright. Alright, that's looking a lot better, more like an alien's face. Now, oh, this elite is not, he doesn't have a normal elite mouth, which actually has 4 sort of, I guess, lips to his teeth. They pop out, as you can see here better in this picture, I guess. His teeth sort of, yeah, they're sort of separated, and they're on this weird, I guess you could say, he doesn't really have a jaw like any human would. So that's going to be the tricky part of this tutorial. So his eyes, let's go ahead and make a place for his eyes. So click A, and if we vertice select, and then we actually press O again to turn back on proportional editing. Select these vertices maybe, or that face. Oops. Scale that way. It looks a little weird. I'm not sure why that light is like that. Maybe like that. Yeah, it looks good. It's hard to see in object mode, but it won't be in the future. And yeah, I guess his head does have, his skull sort of does pop out. So if we press tab and go to 7, which is top view on your numpad, and we select these edges, then we should be able to drag them up. And guys, I think I'll have to see you in the next tutorial because this is dragging on a bit long. So I'll see you in the next tutorial. And peace. Bye.